Okay, so this is going to be an instructional slash overview video of the Bailey Adamo 75-4i. This is going to highlight where all the locations are for the drain valves and your consumer unit, and how majority of the things work in the vehicle. First things first, we're going to go around the external of the vehicle and then we will go into the habitation area. First thing I'm going to show you is the bonnet area. And the reason for this is in case you need access to the bonnet area, mainly to jump start the vehicle. To open the bonnet on this vehicle, you need to use your vehicle blade key. If you put the key in once, twist to the left, and then you need to twist to the right. You need two hands with this, hold to the right, and then you can lift up with your other hand. So as you can see, I have now got the bonnet open, and like I said, this is really in case you need to jump start the vehicle for any reason. So your positive terminal is just here under this red cap, and then your negative point, I'll just zoom in for you, it's going to be on that silver hook there. That's going to be your negative terminal point. Obviously under here we do have your screen wash just there, fill, and then obviously engine oil and other compartments in this engine bay. So now we will carry on around the external of the vehicle. One thing I am going to show you is, I'll just unlock the door, that may help. If you open the passenger door, that will give you access to fill up your diesel tank, and then just below here you'll see your AdBlue fill as well. This is secured by the door itself. Obviously on the cab doors and front windows we have got your blackout blinds which slide across. Just need to be gentle with these because they are very delicate and do cost a lot of money. Once finished, clip them back into place. Here we have your mains hookup connection. So that is where you'll connect when you are at campsite or if you're plugged in at home. Next we have your toilet cassette. So in here, this will give you access to your toilet cassette. To empty and clean your toilet cassette, all you need to do is lift this orange tab up, lift it up, pull the cassette towards you, that will then release. And then to empty and clean your toilet cassette, all you need to do is twist this orange nozzle out, take the grey cap off, and when you tilt up the cassette, if you put your thumb on this button here, that lets air into the top of the cassette so the fluids flow out without splattering and a lot faster. Also you can open this blade area to clean inside with a hose pipe. Once finished, put your grey cap on, put your orange nozzle back in, and then you can then slide back into place. And the main thing is here, we need to make sure that this orange tab is locked into place so your toilet cassette is not going to move. Here we have your whale fresh water fill. So you get a whale hose pipe on this vehicle. So you connect onto here and turn on your hose pipe at the tap, and that will then fill up your fresh water. And we have got a lot of garage space in here. Obviously you can see your carpets are in here. We've got your travel cushions for the travel seats in the habitation area. And then garage side on this side. So lots of storage space on this vehicle. Obviously you've got tie down points just there. And then here behind the rear axle on the driver's side we have your boiler flue. You just want to keep this clear at all times, especially when burning on gas, because this is where the fumes and the hot air does come out of. And then right below that we have got your grey waste release handle. So this is just a pull and push system. So to open this blade you need to pull it, and then to close it you push it back in towards the van and that will close. As you can see under the van there is a grey cap there. Just need to make sure that this grey cap is off on your waist. Some people leave it off so you don't have to keep crawling under the motorhome, but if this cap is on then obviously your grey waist won't release. Here we have your LPG storage locker. So as you can see you can fit 2 tanks into here. It looks like at the back you can probably only fit a 6 kilogram tank just because of this height here, and then at the front you may fit an 11. And then here is going to be your gas regulator, which you will connect onto with your gas pigtail. And then in here at the minute is just obviously all the Bailey components that come with this brand new vehicle. So now we will go into the habitation area and I'll show you some of the components in the habitation area. Right, so first things first, this is your habitation control panel. To turn the master on and off is just here. As you can see, master off, turn it back on, the master is on. I've got arrow buttons here to go through the settings on the control panel. Battery select, so I can enter and run off the vehicle battery. You only really want to do this in an emergency if you need power for any reason on the habitation side. Otherwise, keep it on leisure because you will drain your vehicle battery. Gives you your levels for your waste, your fresh water, external temperature, internal, gives you your currents in your vehicle, voltage. Here is your water pump. So on your water pump, you only want to turn this on when you have got water in your freshwater tank. In your freshwater tank there is a drain bung, and I'll show you this. This button here is just an enter button. Here we've got your internal habitation lights, and then the one what's on the side, the bottom right, that's going to be your external awning / porch light. So that is your control panel there. Just so you know, it won't come up at this moment in time because I'm plugged in. But if I plug into this motorhome with external mains hookup, it will indicate up here with like a plug socket. As you can see, we've got USB sockets here, light switches. If you've turned the switches off at the master here, they won't obviously come back on until you turn the switch back on. Here we have got controls for your table here, because this is a down it to birth option. Here we do have your fridge freezer. So this is a compressor fridge. So it's got a few settings on here. I don't know if it is connected. I think the technicians have actually taken the fuse out on this at the moment. But basically you press and hold, it will light up, and then you have 2 settings. You got your temperature, and then you'll have night mode. So all you need to do is press and hold, and it will flash once, and then you can select your desired temperature. Press and hold, flash once, and then you can select obviously night mode on or off. But yeah, this is a compressor fridge, so he's running off your leisure batteries. Obviously when the engine is running, the engine is split charging and charging your leisure batteries in travel, and then obviously when you're on mains hookup, you are getting mains power, so that is charging both batteries again. Under this seat here, I'll try and show you the best. So down here we have got your main breaker for the 240 volt side, and then underneath is all your fuses for the 12 volt side. So on the 240 volt side, if you're plugged in, if there's a fault, check here. If it's not here, most of the time it is the campsite post. And then obviously the fuses below, if one of the fuses blows for any reason, that's where you will change on the habitation side. And as you can see, I've got the seat up here, the travel seat. You just need to use one of them cushions from the garage, which make up this seat completely. Same on this side. Under that bench seat there is your other travel seat. Here we have got your Truma heating control panel. I will send a separate link on this heating control panel. We have your kitchen tap. So if you want to prime your system with water to use, first thing you need to do is shut all the valves in the vehicle. So you need to shut your grey waste, you need to shut the boiler valve, and then you need to shut your freshwater tank, which is a bung. I'll show you this soon. So basically once that is all shut, you can start filling up your system. So fill up the freshwater tank externally, that will fill. Once the freshwater tank is full, now we want to prime our system. To prime our system, we need to turn the control panel on up here. So you need to turn the master on, and then you need to turn on that pump. When you turn the pump on, it will start pumping the water from the freshwater tank, and then if you open the tap on the cold side, that will then start to prime the water through the tap. Once you get a steady flow of water on the cold side, that means the fresh water is primed. Now I want to prime the hot side. So all you need to do is twist it to the other side. And basically what this is going to do is fill up your boiler first. So your boiler holds around 10 litres of your fresh water. Once your boiler is full, it will then come through from your boiler to the tap. When you get a steady flow again on the hot side, that means your fresh water and hot water are completely primed and pressurized, so you can shut the tap. The only thing you'll need to do is on the Truma control panel up here, which like I said I'll send a separate video on, to get your hot water to be hot, you just need to turn that on onto the hot water side. Here we have a 4-ring burner. 3 is gas, 1 is electric. The electric one will only work on mains hookup, and then obviously when you're off grid, the other 3, or if you need the extra space, you've got gas ring burners as well. You just need to make sure you turn on your gas tanks. Here we do have a glass cover. So on this glass cover, one safety thing we do highlight is just to keep this glass cover up after use and let everything cool down for around 15 to 20 minutes. The reason for this, because of the temperature difference, you could potentially shatter the glass. Obviously we've got your buttons here for the stove. So on the gas one, all you need to do is twist the knob, hold it in, that releases the gas, and then use the igniter at the same time as well as holding in. And then right at the bottom in this cupboard here, we have got some internal gas valves. So what these 2 gas valves are just to isolate some of the appliances in the habitation. So basically, if one of the appliances goes faulty, you can isolate that appliance and still use the other appliances. Here we've got your shower. Like I said, once you've primed your system, you don't need to prime every single tap because it will be all pressurized. At first it will obviously release some air out of the pipework, but once you get steady flow, it's all primed, ready to use. Under the floor here will give you access to your grey waste tank. This is really for the technicians, but obviously if you need access internally to the tank, you can access this through here, or if you want to put some cleaning tablets in there or wash it out with a hose pipe, you can do. Here under the bed in this cupboard will give you access to your fresh water tank. So as you can see, I've currently got the cover out. To drain your fresh water tank or to fill, you need to drain it, take this cap off and take this bung out at the bottom of the tank. When you do take this bung out, try and grab hold of the bung. Don't pull it by the chain because the chain is not the strongest and they do break. So try and grab hold of it by the bung, pull it out. That will empty all your fresh water out of the tank. And I'll see if I can see it. There's a hole there, so that's where you need to put the bung in. So if you want to fill up your tank, you put the bung in into that hole, and then obviously screw the blue cap back on, and that will then let you fill up your freshwater tank. And then you have got a cover here, sits nicely on top. On the left side of the bed, this is where your boiler is. You won't really need access to this area as there is nothing down there for you to physically do. And then down here we have got your water pump, and then the reason you'll need access down here is this yellow valve here. There we go. This yellow valve, this is in the vertical position. So basically what this valve is, this is going to drain all the water out of your boiler. So if you want to empty your boiler when you're emptying all the tanks in the vehicle for winter or not using the motorhome, you need to put this valve in the vertical position, as you can see. To shut this valve, all you need to do is knock it down left or right. When it's flat, that means you can fill up your boiler with water. If this valve is open, the water will just pour straight out when you are trying to fill up your boiler by priming it. So that is the main reason you'll need access down here. And then the last thing is obviously we've got your toilet. So to use your toilet, you need to open this blade here. So that opens the toilet cassette. And then we've got the blue button, which is your toilet flush. So you just need to make sure your pump is on. So that will use the pump to flush the water from your fresh water tank. And as you can see, I've got a red light here next to the toilet cassette. Basically what this is indicating is that the toilet cassette is full, which it is. Currently it's full of fresh water from the technicians testing it. So this will give you an indication when the toilet cassette is full and needs emptying. Once you do empty it and you've taken the cassette in and out, this button will disappear. The light will disappear and then start again. So that is the instructional / overview video of the Bailey Adamo 75-4i. If you have any more questions, leave a comment below, or you can always drop us an email or give us a call.